Hi kids, Pastor Wes here, and this is our children's message for the day. Home. You like that word? I know when I was a teenager, I didn't like that word that much. I was always happy to get out of my home. But that home word, it means a lot to me. When I was a little kid, we lived with my grandparents for a little while. And man, I love my grandparents. Nelda and Bob Stitham, they're awesome folks. And even today, when I make that drive up to Council Bluffs, Iowa, to go see them again in the same house they've lived in for, Lord, a long time, I get these same excited, warm, I would almost say magical feelings. I look forward to drinking coffee in the morning with Grandpa and just talking about what's going on in the world, and hanging up late at night in the kitchen with Grandma and cooking gumbo because she's a Cajun and she makes awesome food. And all those things are just really special to me, and things that will probably be special to me my whole life. And home is a good thing, but we have an even better home to look forward to. Do you know that? Heaven with God. We talk about Jesus a lot in the church, and we should. But there's stories that are more well-known and less well-known. And the story today that we're talking about on Jesus is called the Ascension. And the Ascension is a big word to mean being lifted up. And in the story of the Ascension, right at the end of Jesus' story in the Bible, Jesus leaves the earth. And the Bible tells us that he ascended into heaven. He went away, went to go into heaven. And Jesus is a lot of things to us, but one of the things he is a role model. You know what that is? It's somebody that we look up to. It's somebody that we want to be more like and say, man, I respect them. I like them. I look up to them. I want to be more like them. And Jesus is that perfect person for us that we can look up to as God. And so when we see that Jesus ascends into heaven, we get to ask a question. Well, why did he do that? That was a funny thing to do, right? He could have stuck around and continued to teach us and lead us and do miracles and do cool stuff. Why did he go back to God? Well, Jesus tells us that he is going home, in a sense, that God the Father is his Father, and he needs to go back and be, the Bible says one, but be together, be restored to the presence of God. And if Jesus is our role model, how do we be like him in this case? Well, we go home to be with him. And so we look at Jesus' life and we see that he came to reach us and show us that we need God, and to show us how to be more like God, and how to serve God, and how to love God, and how to know God. And then he goes home. And so we can look at that and we say, I think we need to do the same thing. We can do likewise, big word. We can do the same thing. We can be like Jesus and understand that we've been put here and we know God, so that we can be like God and love people and care about people and encourage people and show them that they need God. And then when it's our turn, that we can go home to God. In that place, you think of whatever it is, if it's Grandma and Grandpa's house, if it's your home, it's some special place that you go to that has that magic feeling to it. That's just a tiny, tiny bit of what heaven is like and what we can look forward to when we are all home in one family together with God. Until we meet again, God bless you.